Hi, guys. Welcome back to the garage. So, it is Saturday, the 16th of December. We got one more week and a day before Christmas, and less than that till Yule. Oh my gosh, we're coming down to the wire. So, I got lots I have to get done because there are just hashtags out there that need to be done. So, I'm going to do one right now. How's that? So this one, I'm going to do hashtag end of year tarot. And this is a VR to my lovely friend, Miss Veronica Rose. I love her. Me love me some Veronica Rose. Her and all her pink goodness. So this is her hashtag end of year tarot. And so there are, let me see, there are 9 questions. And yeah, I'm sitting here shuffling because at the end I get to pull a couple cards. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Cuz it's me, of course. So, there are 9 questions. So, question number 1, favorite way to celebrate the end of the year. Well, my favorite way to celebrate the end of the year is not to do a damn thing. I have had months of running around. Of course, my stepdad doesn't drive. My guy does not drive either. So I am the only driver. So I have to do all the errands for both households. And yeah, do driving around for work and stuff and for myself. And so it is a rare day when I actually stay home and do not go anywhere. So that's always what I plan to do at the end of the year is have at least one day where I don't go anywhere. Yeah. So question number 2, favorite celebration or end of year activity. Um, well, my favorite end of year celebration is actually New Year's Eve. Um, and this kind of ties in with question number 3, which is favorite people to spend time with at the end of the year, and that would be my family. Now, right now, my family out here is pretty small. It's my stepdad, and then of course it was my mom, and my guy, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, it was just kind of nice to hang out and be with each other. And New Year's Eve was a very special time, especially for my mom and I. And I'm going to continue the tradition, even though she's no longer here. She's in my heart. Um, so the two of us would be running around like our heads cut off, doing Christmas presents. And this was when, you know, my mother was younger and my stepdad was younger, and he has children from his first wife, who actually passed away as well. So my mother would do all the Christmas shopping for his kids and the grandchildren and all of that kind of stuff. So at the end, and of course, I would help my mom because my mom didn't drive either. So for the longest time, it was my stepdad and I were the primary drivers. And of course, when uh, he could no longer drive at the ripe old age of 82, then I started taking on all the driving responsibilities. So that's a lot of driving around town and going to different stores and oh my goodness. And then his kids sometimes had the fancy schmancy stores we had to go downtown for. And so anyway, I would help mom do all of that stuff. So at the end of the year, New Year's was our night just to relax and giggle and have fun. We would watch Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve, and we wouldn't actually fix like a meal or anything. We'd snack all day long. We'd have out like cheese and crackers, and so yeah, yeah. That's my favorite people and favorite activity to spend time with. My favorite food this time of the year, which is question number 4, is actually shrimp, like a shrimp cocktail. That is also something my mom started. Um, we grew up, kind of poor. I never knew we were poor because my mother always made me feel like we were very rich, like we were very well to do, but we really weren't. My mother was a genius. Um, but the one thing she would do is at New Year's Eve, she would splurge on a pound of shrimp for shrimp cocktail. So that was something we waited all year for. And even though we have shrimp cocktail now all through the year, I really take the extra step to get those big colossal shrimps, the really big ones. I get the really really big ones at New Year's time now. So she really liked that I got those giant ones. So that was good. Favorite music, of course, Christmas music, and I'm old, so I do have appreciation for the newer stuff. Taylor Swift, Kelly Clarkson's come out with some stuff. Um, you know, Carrie, God, I can't even think of her name. She does Monday Night Football. Anyways, I love some of the newer stuff, but my heart is really in the old. I grew up listening to Bing Crosby, Perry Como, Johnny Mathis, um, John Denver. So those are my beloved Christmas musics during this time of the year. So that's what I listen to. So favorite decoration. I really don't have a favorite decoration. Um, I've never really been into Christmas or Yule. It's just not my holiday. I All of my effort and energy and everything it was for my mom and for my guy because the two of them, it's like Christmas time is absolutely magical for them. I mean, their eyes light up like a couple of little kids. So I wanted to make that special for them. But for me, not so much. You know me. I'm the creepy girl. It's Halloween. Yeah. So, no, no special decorations this time of year. Favorite memory 10 or more years ago. Let me tell you something. My family is wacky and wild. I come from a musical family. My grandfather had a big band and sometimes would jam with Glenn Miller. And his kids, my mother's brothers and sisters, had a band my entire life. Pretty much up until maybe the last 5 or 6 years, they finally, at the ripe old age of 60, 70 something, decided to finally retire. But back in the day, they were, heavy metal. And they were on the road. They did a lot of road tours. But they would always manage to make it home for Christmas. And so we would start actually Christmas Eve at my own house. And me and mom and dad would open our presents Christmas Eve. Then we would go to my uncle's house. I should say my great uncle's house because he was my mom's uncle. He had a kid. Spoiled, spoiled. Poor baby couldn't stay up, so we had to go over to his house to do Christmas over there. So we would go to my uncle's house and we would open up Christmas presents over there. Now that would take us until so we'd start at our house at about 7 o'clock or so. Then we'd go to my uncle's house by 8. And then we'd finish up there about 9:30. And then we would drive to my mother's brother and sister's house. So the band actually they all bought a house together. And so the band actually lived in their own home. They always had from the time they started. They all lived together. And so we would go over that, and that's when the party started. Because my mom's side of the family liked to have a good time. And they all had such a great sense of humor. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. And I remember being a kid, and I mean, we would be up until like 2 in the morning opening Christmas presents. You know, because not only did we buy each other nice gifts, but my God, there were so many gag gifts. We were laughing and chatting and talking till the wee hours of the morning. So that is my favorite Christmas memory, is being with those guys, because there was so much laughter and there was music. They would sing, and they, you know, my Uncle Bill would pull out his guitar, and it was just a magical time. Yeah, it was wonderful. So that is my favorite memory of back home. Question number 8. How does tarot fit into this time of year? Well, this is going to be an interesting one to find out, actually, because this is my first year with tarot back in my life. I worked with tarot back in the 80s for a couple of years, and then, of course, you know, life comes up and you get sidetracked and stuff. And so I was off track for probably another good 20 years plus. And now that I've just come back to it, I'm not sure. I know I'm doing my, there'll be another video up for my year ahead spread. And I'm actually going to combine that with my Wheel of the Year spread. Somebody did, I don't know if it was Ethany or if it was somebody else, but somebody did a Wheel of the Year spread. And I kind of liked combining the two. So that video is next on my list. So, yeah, so I guess that's really how I incorporate tarot into this time of year. Not to mention the fact, if I have any kind of shadow work, because for us here in the northern hemisphere, it's the darker time of the year, and so it's perfect time to kind of sit back and reflect and get into that. So, yeah. All right, here we go, folks. We are down to the last 2 questions. Draw 2 cards. One card is my conscious feelings, and the other card is the unconscious feelings. Let's see what my animal totem tarot has to say. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. Here's my conscious feelings. Ta-da! Yeah, my conscious feelings is the Hermit. It's a darker time of year, and I really want to get into it and get some soul searching and some motivation and study. A lot of study. I'm planning on a lot of study over the next few months. I have Benabel Wen's Metaphysician's Planner. So I'm working with that and lovely people. I've got Tarot on Earth, Tom Benjamin's book, so I'm diving into that, learning about pip reading to help me. Plus, yeah, I got some other things going on. Kernunos has some plans for me too. So yeah, I think that's my conscious effort is quiet and study. I think I've been busy over the last few months, and so it's time to kind of settle back and you know, take some time to just kind of chill and read, study, like I said. So that's my conscious. Unconscious. What the hell? Okay. Unconsciously, I think I know it all. Me and my staff. My staff. God, I would have to be a baboon, wouldn't I? Unconscious. The Emperor. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Wow. Do I think I know too much? Or, I mean, not too much, but I mean, do I think I have underneath it all, think I know exactly what I'm doing? Am I maybe trying to fake it till I make it kind of deal? Wow, that's really great. That's really something. And you know what? They're 2 major arcana cards. How did that happen? That's pretty significant. That's pretty significant. I'm going to have to think about that one a little bit more. Because he certainly looks like he has an attitude. I don't feel like I have an attitude. We'll see. Okay, so there's my two cards, the Hermit and the Emperor. And so, yeah, that's what's going on in my world. All right, guys, this was hashtag end of year tarot, my VR to my lovely Veronica Rose. I love you, honey. And much love, and I'll see you next time.